Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. My name is Marv Fox Jr. Growing up in the church, I learned at a very, very young age that life and death was in the power of the tongue. And not only did I remember that verse, but I understood that verse. I understood that we have influence over our endeavors. We can speak life into our endeavors, or we can speak death into our endeavors. And for a long, long, long time, I was afraid of the reality that I could say something and immediately kill my idea, or I could say something and bring life into it. But we all know that it's much, much easier to be pessimistic as opposed to being optimistic. So it would get to the point where I was afraid to joke and be sarcastic and just kind of have fun with sometimes the unfortunate things that may take place in my life and kind of make fun of them, because I thought that it would be for sure death sentence to my life, right? Or to my endeavors. And so I was walking around almost afraid and scared of about the impact that my words have on my reality. And as I grew older and older, I started realizing that it takes more than just words to manifest something, right? And that's where I started to learn more about how the mind plays a part in this, and how the heart plays a part in this, and how the spirit plays a part in this. Then I started to realize that, everything has a vibration, right? But every element of you has to have the same vibration, right? So your spirit has to be on the same vibration as your heart, has to be on the same vibration as your mind, has to be on the same vibration as your physical body. And if all those things are alignment, that is how things manifest. That is how things develop and blossom and grow, so on and so forth. So if you've ever felt like there's something that I want and I'm working on it really, really hard, I wonder why it's not developing. I wonder why it's not manifesting. I wonder why it's not coming to fruition. Well, are you in sync? Are you in sync? Do the way you feel about what you're working on, is it the same as the way you love it? Right? So do the way you feel and love about what you're working on, is it the same? How about the way that you think about it? Are you thinking about it on the same frequency as you love it and as you feel about it, right? And then do you physically get after it every single day, right? So if one of those things is slightly off, it may not stop your dreams from developing altogether, but it may slow you down, or it may delay the process, right? But if I am spiritually engaged on a high level, and if I am, from the heart standpoint, if I am lovingly engaged on a high level, right? If I am mentally engaged on a high level, and then physically, if I am engaged on a high level, then there's nothing that can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is God. The only thing that can stop you is God, if you believe in God, right? And then maybe if you don't believe in God, then maybe it's a universal thing. But if you are spiritually, lovingly, mentally, and physically locked in on a high level, right? And you're saying, well, can define the high level. The high level is defined by what you know to be true, right? So if all I know is this type of work, this type of effort, this is all I know, I haven't been told anything else, then I'm working on my highest level. There is some person working really hard, but there's somebody elsewhere that's working even harder, and they're doing the same thing, but one person's working hard, another person working even harder, but the person that's working hard, they only know that this is the highest level of working. So they're doing their best, right? But there's someone else who's been mentored, who's been coached up, and so they understand how to extend the work ethic, how to even go even harder. So only thing you can do is use what you know, right? If you use what you know and you go hard, spiritually, lovingly, mentally, and physically, then the only thing that can stop you is maybe God or the universe saying, I need you to do something else. You are pursuing something that is of you, not as of me. You dig what I'm saying? But if you are in alignment with God, if you are in alignment with the universe, then there is nothing that can stop you. There's no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's a real, there's nothing on God's green earth that can stop you except God, right? Again, and if you don't believe in God, the only thing that can stop you is the universe saying to you, yeah, I would like for you to take all this effort and energy and focus and drive, and I would like for you to put it over here, because over here is your lane. You dig what I'm saying? So as we talk about, and as we think about manifestation, how do I take my idea and how do I manifest it? How do I get it rocking and rolling? And how do I take it from, in here to making it here? Synchronization, right? The spirit operates off of feelings. You gotta have certain feelings about what you're working on. Then there's the heart. The heart loves. You gotta make sure that you are engaging in a deep, deep love affair with whatever it is you want to do, right? And then the last thing is the mind thinks. So you have to intentionally think about what it is you're doing with certain thoughts, positive thoughts. And then if you do that, the body's going to fall. The body's the weakest of all those elements. The spirit is the strongest thing. The body is the weakest. The body will follow through. It's the most influential. If the spirit, heart, and mind are locked in, engaged, operating on the same high frequency, the body will follow through. It has no choice. It has no choice, right? So I say all that to say this. One last thing. Your spirit is your foundation. Your spirit is your foundation. If you're attacking things with just love and just with a mindset, it won't work. It won't work. You're building your empire on a uncertain, fragile foundation. Your empire has to be built on spirituality. It has to be built on a feeling. This is how we feel about this work, and based on how we feel, we love a certain way, and when we love a certain way, we think a certain way. When we think a certain way, we perform a certain way. So if you want to take your ideas and manifest them and to get these things into the universe and to see them become concrete fixtures, to see these things become real, make sure that your spirit, your heart, and your mind and your body are all in alignment. My name is Mar Fox Jr. Hope that makes sense. Done.